My name is Peter DeCampo. I'm a photojournalist. I recently traveled to South Africa to report on a story surrounding rhino poaching and primarily the various anti-poaching programs that are out there. Rhinos are being poached at an alarming rate in South Africa because the horn is the most expensive commodity in the world at the moment. The impact of this is that the population is decreasing to the point of near extinction. The whole trip was amazing, but especially the rhino rescue. Basically, the folks at this one game reserve called Pinda gathered 10 rhinos from the grounds of the reserve and got them ready to ship to Botswana. And the reason for doing that is that the location they would put the rhinos is more remote, and there is actually much less tolerance for poaching in Botswana. It all took place through the course of one afternoon. They would have to drive around with a veterinarian with a tranquilizer gun, and he would shoot the animal with a dart, which was in and of itself a challenge, especially once it started pouring down rain. They would wait for it to get sluggish. They would sneak up behind it and put a blindfold over it, and then attach a rope and harness. The hardest part was they would dart one, and then they would go in for it, and then they would realize another rhino was coming, and they'd all have to sort of step back to make sure that it was not about to charge from the side. And then, 20 people at a time would pull the rhino. The biggest danger was how all of a sudden it would sort of like start stamping a bit, and it's a big animal to have stamping at the ground in front of you. And through a very long process, they would lead it into a container that had been fitted exactly to be rhino size. People tugging this rope and pulling this enormous animal along, and the rain pouring down on us. What a wild few hours that was. And then a crane would lift each container onto the bed of a truck, and then the truck took off to the airport, and they flew on to Botswana. If rhinos were driven to extinction in the near future or in my lifetime, it's just devastating to think about that. They are really majestic creature. It would be a huge loss.